Hello and welcome to another how-to video. My name is Ditech, CTO at DVS, and today we're going to look at the new IDS AcuSense with AOC functionality. For those of you that don't know, Hikvision have launched the AOC camera functionality. AOC stands for Audio Over Coax. So these little beauties like this contain a built-in microphone which allow the audio to go via the coax into the DVR. Now, we sell two ranges of this. We sell the AOC range, which is a dedicated AOC model, so the audio over coax cameras connect into the DVR, and this is a standard DVR functionality. All you need to look at is the S in the bracket code at the end of the part code, and that will tell you that it supports AOC. What we're going to look at today is a much better version of this, two-in-one, best of both worlds. We're going to look at the new IDS AcuSense DVR, which has got the deep learning technology built in, and the way we know is, and the B version, that's quite important, so it's the updated hardware version. We have a firmware that allows the AcuSense technology to work as normal, but it also allows the AOC functionality from the camera to work. Now, the way we know this is the B version, if you look at the label on the actual DVR, where my finger is, it's a bit hard to see. There's a B in a bracket. That is the B model. So it's not the first gen, this is the second gen. Therefore, we have a firmware that supports it. If you've got a first gen, we're unable to support that functionality on the AcuSense. We've also going to look at this lovely little bullet camera. So it's a 5 megapixel bullet camera. One of my favorite little cameras, nice little cute bullet camera, 5 megapixel fixed lens. So it's the 4-in-1 technology. So you've got your selector there, your BNC, plus your 12 volt input jack. It's not a POC camera, so you must power it with 12 volts. You can see where my fingertip is there. There's a little hole in the lens cover. That is where the microphone is located. So wherever this camera is installed and pointing, the microphone will cover that area as well as the field of view of the camera. Different cameras available, so please ask us if that isn't your flavor. We have other models to support that. What else do I need to mention? So yeah, that's the AOC functionality that's in the camera. So we're going to connect that up very shortly. The DVR itself. So this is the 8 channel. So the 8 channel HUHI. So this is quite a small unit. You can see I've got one fitted there. Very, very small and neat unit. It's an 8 channel. We do a 4 channel, 8 channel, 16 channel in the IDS. On the rear of the unit, you've got your 8 BNCs plus your CVBS BNC output. You've got your HDMI. You've got your VGA, your USB port. You've also got your power port, your alarm input and output, your RJ45 Ethernet connection, and you've also got the 4 audio inputs. Now with the AOC firmware, this allows you to use the audio inputs 1 to 4, so you can connect external microphones into here. So audio input 1 is directly linked to channel 1, audio input 2 to channel 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, so they're mutually exclusive. With the firmware, this actually allows you to select whether the audio is through the audio input 1 or directly within the camera itself. It's a simple drop-down box on the local GUI only, not through the web browser currently. So that's the DVR. We've already got one powered up here. We're going to connect the camera and we're going to move forward with it. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, welcome back. So we fitted the bullet camera, which is by there with the built-in audio. 2 things you want to realize. I've updated the firmware, like I said, that allows the IDS AcuSense DVR to use the AOC camera audio functionality. So, just 2 pointers. If you go into the video parameters, it has audio channels 1 to 4 built into the DVR. If you're using channels 1 to 4 for the AOC functionality, you actually need to tell it where this audio is, the source of the audio is. So cameras 1 to 4 relate directly to the audio inputs 1 to 4. If it's coming from the camera audio, leave it as camera audio. If it's coming from the local audio, leave it as local audio. So input 1 will be tied to audio input 1. Camera 2, same, so camera audio or local audio input on the back of the DVR. Now we're using camera 5. Interestingly, you don't have that option because there is only audio inputs 1 to 4. So as you can see, it's grayed out there. The firmware does allow me to use the audio input of the camera built into the camera. We just have to choose the stream type as video and audio, and we do that for the main stream, and we also do it for the substream to make sure that when you're using the app, you can hear live audio in the substream when using the app. A lot of people don't change the substream to video and audio, which means when they're using the app, the default stream is the basic one. You don't get audio, and then we get phone calls to say that audio doesn't work. So there's a little handy tip for you. I'm going to transfer over to the web browser, run quickly through the functionality, and show you the audio working, and then we'll wrap up there. So stay tuned and see you in 2 seconds. We've now web browsed into the unit from the comfort of my chair. So under configuration, this is the model number of the DVR. So as I mentioned before, it's the IDS 7208HUHIK1. K1 is 1 hard drive slot. If it was a K2, it'd be 2 hard drive slots, and so on and so forth. The 4S means 4 channels of built-in deep learning, which we'll go through shortly. This is the firmware version and build. We hope to have this as a default function moving forward, but for anyone that needs this firmware right now, drop us a message and we will get back to you, and we'll send you a link to update your machine. It's really important, though, that it is the B version. The B version of the AcuSense supports this. The normal standard Gen 1 doesn't. Okay, so moving to the camera itself, under video and audio, from the drop-down box, select camera 5. That's our AOC bullet camera. It's already set to 5 megapixel from the camera. We've set the video stream to video and audio, which is really important. Resolution 5 megapixel, but you can make that whatever resolution you want. 12 frames a second. Click save. Again, substream, do the same. Video and audio, relevant settings, and click save. And again, for the mainstream, relevant settings, and click save. Now, it's really important that you set the video and audio for video under the video type for both mainstream, substream, and even event. A lot of people will add the DVR to the HiConnect app or the IMS 4500 for those of you that still prefer that app. When they live view the stream and they select enable audio, they get no audio. The reason is the default stream is substream, and therefore you haven't enabled video and audio, and therefore you don't get the audio on the app. So always get in the mindset of changing that video type to video and audio where you're using audio, and you won't have any problems. So there's a little handy tip for you there, guys. Okay, so just to show that working, under live view, so again, from the web browser and the app, we can get live view and recorded audio now. So go into full screen, AOC bullet camera, wait for Internet Explorer to catch up. So enable the audio. Catch up. So enable the audio. So I'm about 7 meters away from the camera position. So I'm about 7 meters away from the camera position, and you can still hear the audio relatively well. So I'll go and stand by the camera and say something. A little bit of a delay. So I'll go and stand by the camera and say something. Testing. How is the audio quality? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment on our YouTube channel. So there you have it. That's the live view audio. Now to look at playback audio, simply enter the playback interface, select the relevant camera, make sure we're on today, click play. And 6:45 was when we had the audio, but I can actually click enable audio. You can get live view and recorded audio now. So we'll go into full screen, AOC bullet camera, the light start, catch up. So enable the audio. So there we go. That's the audio on playback, just to prove it works. I have a deep Welsh voice and it does carry, but considering I'm about 7 meters away from the camera, I'd say hearing a normal conversation within that distance, you shouldn't have a problem. The closer you are, the clearer it will be. Okay, so going back into configuration, just to show you the AcuSense side of the DVR. So under local, we've enabled rules and the POS OSD, so we can actually see the VCA trigger itself within the live view, which you did then. Go into event and smart event. Select camera 5. And for the line crossing, we're going to use line crossing. It's nice and simple. Enable line crossing, enable human detection, draw the line, so your boundary into your site as appropriate, and set the sensitivity. I always start at 50 and then work up or down depending on how that is behaving. Click save. I'm in schedule as 24/7 and select the appropriate linkage action. Don't forget there's only one line and only one intrusion box, but you can use these both together. So again, for the intrusion detection, we can enable that. Select human and vehicle, draw your area, your maximum and minimum object size. So this will help filter false alarms from small animals or large objects, reflections off puddles, light changes, etc. So click save. Threshold of 2, so the maximum is when a person or a vehicle has to be in this area for 2 seconds or more for the alarm to trigger. So again, adding another layer of false alarm immunity to it. The NVRs work on a higher threshold, so this is the maximum currently is 2 seconds, but if you've got an issue with that, let us know and we'll see if we can increase that. So back to the live view interface. Select the bullet camera. So I'm not going to enable the audio now, but you should see the line go red and the box go red once I trigger them. So the DVR is doing its job. So I'll go and trigger these now. Okay, and there you have it, folks. I'm sat back at my desk. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, please let us know. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. We really do appreciate you taking your time to watch our video content, give feedback, and improve as we go along.